What's up, you guys? It is your girl Goldie Naps. Welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I'm going to be showing you how I dyed and installed this little wig. And I think she turned out real cute, so please keep watching and check out the rest of the video. I'm starting off by washing this wig from Tinashe Hair. I bought it in 613 because I didn't want to deal with the bleaching process and potentially messing it up. I bought the 13x6 cap size and the 12-inch length. I'm just washing it in the sink with some Dove shampoo. I don't know if you have to wash it if you like the color straight out of the box, but I don't know, it was kind of sitting around in my closet for a minute, so I was like, let me just go ahead and wash it off. Once I'm done shampooing, I'm going to tone and hydrate the hair with the Verb Purple mask. And I love this mask. I use it on my natural hair. It's great because unlike a purple shampoo, it gets rid of brassiness without drying out your hair. This wig was basically yellow when I got it, not like a true platinum, so I was worried that once I added the color, it wouldn't be the true shade that I wanted if I didn't start off with like whiter hair. And I'm not a professional or anything, and this is like my first time ever dyeing any hair. I was just like winging it, but it turned out kind of cute, so I might know what I'm talking about or whatever. So I let the mask sit on the hair for like 5 minutes, and as I'm rinsing it out, you can see it's more silvery than yellow now. Once I've rinsed it out, I'm going to spray some Got2b Glued spray on the lace just to protect it from getting tinted by the dye that I'm going to use. Here's the colors I'm using today. A lot of the videos use this brand of dye, so that's what I went with. I'm using the colors French Cognac, Cinnamon, and Cajun Spice. French Cognac is the really orangey color, the other two just help tone it down so it's not like neon orange. When you're watercoloring, make sure that your water is hot. This helps the color take to the hair properly. I actually boiled a pot of water and then added tap water for the rest. When you're building up the color for the watercolor method, you can customize it based on the tone that you want. So if you want more orange, then add more French Cognac, more on the brownish side, add more cinnamon. I patch tested it on a strand of hair to see if it's the color that I wanted it to look like, and then altered it based on that. The more water you have, the less pigmented the color is going to be, so keep that in mind. In some videos, people do this in like a plastic bin, but if your sink is stainless steel, you can just do it directly in the sink. It didn't tint or anything. Make sure you mix the dye into the water until it's completely dissolved, because it will make your wig patchy if you don't do that. When you get the color you want, start dunking the wig into the water and make sure you detangle as you dunk. This will ensure that the color is coating all the strands. The last thing you want is to finish dyeing your wig and then pull it out and half of it is still blonde. Once you've dunked the wig and coated all the strands, you can just let it sit in the water to get your wig pigmented. I left it in there for about 3 minutes. When I took it out, this was the result and I loved it, but keep in mind the hair will be slightly darker when it's wet than when it's dry. This is really the color that I wanted, but when it dried it was a brighter orange, which is fine, but just take that into account when you're dyeing the hair. So after dyeing, I went ahead and blow dried the hair and flat ironed it just to get it prepped for customizing. This was my first time customizing a wig, but straight out the box, the hairline looked really unnatural. So as I was plucking, I just tried to keep in mind that I wanted it to look less like it was made in a factory and more like a natural hairline, and this is kind of how it turned out. Now I'm beginning the installation process. I've already cornrowed my hair and I'm going to be doing the bald cap method here. I'm just putting on my wig cap and spraying my hairline with Got2b Glued, then taking my blow dry to make sure it's completely dry before beginning to cut the cap. Also, you'll notice that I cut out little ear holes, and from the videos that I watched, that's the easiest way to make the sideburn area of the wig cap stick down. After I've cut the cap, I'm going to add some powder foundation to the cap to make sure it blends more with my skin, hence the name of bald cap method. You're really just trying to make sure that the wig cap looks like your scalp. I'm also adding powder foundation to the inside of the wig before going ahead and customizing the ear area. I was kind of nervous that I was going to cut too much of the lace off, but it turned out okay. I decided to cut tabs into the lace just to make it easier for me to see and make the process of cutting the lace easier later. I'm also marking out with some eyeliner where I'm actually going to cut the lace so I don't cut too much or too little. I have a really tiny forehead, so I actually ended up having to cut way more off than I expected. The way I dotted it out initially, the wig was sitting too low on my head and it just looked weird. I'm applying my wig glue on my hairline, and let me just say, I will not use this glue again. I don't think it's beginner friendly at all. If you apply too much of it, removing it around the hairline area is really difficult. I made that mistake and tried to use alcohol to remove the excess glue, and the whole wig came off. The glue also made putting on makeup a struggle because wherever there was a little excess glue, my makeup just started caking up at the hairline, which looked gross. So that being said, I only used the glue the first time I installed the wig. For the rest of the week, I installed the wig with Gorilla Snot instead, which doesn't have as much hold, but I was able to just take my wig off at night and clean off any makeup thoroughly and then reinstall it in the morning really easily. That glue will hold your wig in place for like 50 years, but correcting mistakes and cleaning out the hairline isn't as simple. So now I'm starting to cut off my tabs with an eyebrow razor. This just gives the hairline a more natural appearance than cutting it with scissors. I definitely did cut my forehead multiple times, so definitely be careful with that. Then I'm going ahead and creating subtle baby hairs. I didn't want to do too much, just keep making the hairline look natural. Now I'm styling the wig, and I highly recommend having a hot comb because that helps the hair lay as flat to your scalp as possible and makes it look less wiggy. I also added some concealer to my part to give the wig the illusion that it's coming out of my scalp, and I added some ORS olive oil foam to slick down any flyaways. And here is the finished look. Alright you guys, so after literally doing all of that, this is the finished look. I'm super happy with the color. The install, it was kind of hard for me, I'm not gonna lie. I did cut my little forehead a couple times. Putting on makeup, that's a whole challenge I'm gonna have to learn how to figure out because it could get real gunky real quick. Right next to where the lace is, so that's something I'm gonna have to practice at. But overall, for my first time doing anything that has to do with a wig, I am super happy with it. So I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. I hope you learned something from it and try to experiment with wigs on y'all's own. So please like, comment, subscribe, come hang out with me whenever I post a video, which is hopefully every week, and I will catch you guys in the next one. Bye.